What's up, everybody? Welcome to AEW Uncensored. I'm here with my man, Alan. We are the Beast from the East.
With the least.
The Bridge and Tunnel Connection. Wait a minute. You gotta wait. You jumped the gun. That's the fourth call.
You asked me to do that last time, actually. That's what you forget.
Yeah, but you have to let me finish. All right. We're time out. Mulligan. We're starting over. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to AEW Uncensored. I'm here with my man, Alan. We are the Beast from the East. We are the Bridge and Tunnel Connection. We are Null and Hash. And we are mid-card level. And?
The Beast from the East with the least research.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll fix that next time. We fucked that up pretty good.
Well, I figured we weren't going to say it twice.
Bad timing. Well, I mean, there's an addition to the Beast from the East, you know? So, it's got to be our fourth. It's got to be our fourth AKA. I mean, you know. So, real quick, as always, uncensoredalliance.com. Catch everything we do there. YouTube, like, share, subscribe. Hit that button right down there. Hit the bell. Grab your family's phones, your wife, your daughter, your son, your grandma, everybody, your sister, your uncle, your cousin, your girlfriend, your wife. I think I said wife already. Like, share, and subscribe on their phone. Catch us on Twitter, AEW Uncensored, one word. Email us, AEW Uncensored Podcast at gmail.com. Questions, comments, things you want us to read on the podcast. Anything, thoughts, hate mail, love mail, whatever. We love you guys, so hopefully you don't send us hate mail. Facebook, search in Facebook, AEW Uncensored Podcast, all separate words, and we have a group and a page there, so you know, they should both pop up right first thing. As far as the podcast version of this, catch us on all third-party apps for podcasting. Catch us on Google Podcasts, iTunes, rate, subscribe, review, all that stuff. 5-star, please. If you hate us, fuck it. Give us 1 star. We'll survive. Anything's good, you know, as long as they see traffic. We're on iHeart Radio. We're on Stitcher, TuneIn, Deezer. And as always, get with us on Skype. Click the link in the description on YouTube. Click the link in the description on the podcast description page. And from there, you could join us on the show live. If you don't want to be on camera, we'll keep you off camera, and it'll just bring up the audio. But if you'd like to join and you don't mind being on camera, you'll just pop in on camera as well. So, you know, we'd love to have some guests on the show soon. So I know a bunch of people have been listening to us live, so hopefully we get them on live soon. But to get on, you'll have to do it from Skype. So that's pretty much it, and let's get on to the current situations. AEW.
Yeah.
So I just want to correct a mistake I made last week. I was thinking Evan Bourne and 3 count last week. I was completely wrong. It was Evan Courageous, so I screwed that up. So I just want to correct that misstep there. Not that it's too big a deal, but you know, I just wanted to make sure got that cleared up.
That's what we call house cleaning.
Yeah, a little house cleaning, right? All right, we got so many AKAs and we say house cleaning. I feel like we're starting to sound like another particular podcast that has to do with toys and wrestling. So I don't know if the 4 AKAs is good anymore. Maybe we might have to back off of 1 or 2 of those.
All right, we'll figure it out.
What's up, Eddie? What's going on,
What's
brother?
up, man?
Eddie's back in the chat. What's it been? 3 weeks?
It's been more than 3 weeks. Where's this guy been?
Holy shit! Where you been, Eddie? I really hope we get Kenny and Keith and and George. Hopefully we get these guys in the chat, but I know it's a different time. I know we started later than usual today. We apologize.
Yeah, that's my fault. I had a project going on today, so I now have a bit more responsibilities now that I'm back in New York for the time being with family and such. So every now and then this might happen, but
thank God you threw yourself under the bus because I was about to run you straight over.
Hey, man.
Broop, 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 broop.
I'm owning it. It is the way it is. I got a lot of responsibilities here. I didn't just come here just to hang around in my old room. I'm actually helping out with family and such. So every now and then there might be a little blip like this, but we'll still keep things rolling.
Eddie says life happens. Well, Eddie, you know what life is? Life is AEW Uncensored Podcast. All right, motherfucker? That's it from now on. Tell Michelle, tell the kids, AEW Uncensored on Sundays. No ifs, ands, or buts. Doesn't matter if anything changes time-wise. That's where you got to be.
There you go.
Yo, Kenny, what up?
There you go.
Kenny's in the fucking house. Yeah, fuck football. Anyway.
Exactly.
Little bit of everything with that. I've been kind of out of football for a bunch of years now. My man retired, so I'm good. I hope my team loses for the next decade anyway. So me not watching football is no big deal right now. So all right, real quick, I don't know if anybody watches The Boys on Amazon, but I don't know if anybody. I'm sure some people noticed that Frenchie was wearing a Elite Cleaner T-shirt in I believe it was the last episode that they released last week. So they released 3 episodes. I believe it was a 3rd episode he was wearing it in. Could have been some other episodes. I just didn't pay attention, but I believe I noticed it in the 3rd episode. So that was pretty cool, you know. The Elite and Kenny the Cleaner getting a little shine on the boys there. So,
I still got to watch The Boys. I am embarrassed enough to say that as much as I'm a superhero and a comic guy, The Boys is not a show that I've yet, not that it's not on my radar, I haven't yet had a chance to actually watch it. Same goes for Umbrella Academy.
Wait, you haven't watched either?
I haven't watched either.
You haven't, neither season of either?
Neither season of either.
Neither season either?
Neither season of either. Yeah.
Neither season of either. Either?
Either.
Interesting.
Yeah,
holy shit.
I have a lot in my queue that I need to catch up on. There's a lot. It's not just for Netflix, it's also for Amazon Prime and Hulu as well. So yeah, there's a lot.
Kenny says this podcast was preempted by the NFL. Hell no. We would definitely not preempt for this fucking league.
I call it no football left.
So okay, so neither. Either.
Hash and Noel and Hash, Hall and Nash, National. No.
I'm just gonna say Hall and Nash constantly and fuck it up every time
because now saying it correctly fucks it up.
It's in my head. It's in my head right now. So all right, enough. I mean, before we run these jokes down to the ground. So I watched Being the Elite this week. I haven't watched in a while, but the very start of the show, the Bucks, they're at Walmart. They've been hitting Walmart for a month now, since AEW figures were supposed to drop, and they were looking for them in the wild. You know, they were looking for their figures in the wild. They said they got them obviously through Ringside or whatever, but Ringside, hit us up. You should be sponsoring us. I mean, we talk about you enough right now. You know. So it's hilarious because they get down the aisle and they just they look and fucking nothing, just empty. I'm sitting here going, welcome to the collector life. Welcome to fucking Jazzwares fucking can't get distribution good enough in Walmart, and welcome to Walmart distribution and Walmart fucking ridiculousness when it comes to toys. I swear to God. Every Walmart I hit is barren. The craziest thing happened to me this weekend though. My Walmart, my local Walmart, I went in there, ran to the toys, see what was up. They actually had a ton of shit. I was blown away.
What they have?
I don't understand. They had 5 Skeletors. They had 1 He-Man. They had a Beastman, Evil Lyn, Man at Arms. They had most of the new Spider-Man retro wave except the Green Goblin and Spider-Man. Multiple Gwen Stacy. They had the new what's his name?
Daredevil?
Man. Cable.
Oh, Cable.
The new Cable.
Oh, they had the Walmart
movie.
Cable.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. They just had a bunch. They had the little Jada G.I. Joe die-cast, the minis, with the rest of the die-cast minis. So Back to the Future, Transformers. So it was a bunch of stuff. Anyway, I don't know why I'm listing every single piece. Yeah, Eddie said I found all that shit after he got him. Exactly, 100%. Because that's what I said. I shot Eddie some pictures. I say, we've been looking for this shit forever, and you get them, and then I finally find them in store. So, they even had some Star Wars shit. And I don't collect this stuff, but I do take note of stuff that just hasn't been. Just haven't seen it. So I know it's got to be, pretty fresh and pretty new. They must have just put it out that morning or something.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, it was Saturday, so I'm surprised it wasn't just fucking, picked apart like vultures.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't. A little tangent on toys. My apologies, everybody. So another awesome segment on BET was BTE was Dark Order had a little segment, and Brodie Lee, he's all pissed off that they lost the match. What was it at All Out? And so they act like it kind of just happened. I mean, they must have filmed it after it just happened. But Uno's out there on the phone. He's on the phone and not paying attention. And Brodie just gets really pissed off and starts ranting. No more third party. No more Twitch. He's banning it all. No more of that shit for Dark Order. So of course a little swipe at WWF, WWE. And Vince McMahon, yeah. But I got a chuckle out of it. I thought it was good. And you said you don't have any miscellaneous, right? You said
I don't. I was always. I feel like now every week I'm curious to hear your latest adventures when it comes to the toys, especially with the AEW figures. And I figure those are going to continue to occur because they're still hard to find, and of course you could always have the chases involved. So yeah.
I kind of gave up trying to come up with the chases.
Did you?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't even looked on Brick Seek or anything lately.
How many do you have of the actual chases, like the really limited ones?
How many do I have?
Do you have any?
I don't. No. There's only two. There's two chases, Cody and Jericho.
Okay.
And one is 500 of 500. One is of 1,000, and I have neither. Like I said, I'll probably never get them.
Right, unless you want to just pay through the nose on secondary market.
Yeah, God, no, I mean, honestly, I can't even say that any have actually hit the secondary market.
Nobody's putting them up.
No. I mean, as far as I know, I mean, it's not that I look constantly, but the Cardona and Myers got them as gifts from ringside. Yeah. They're very good. They're very tight with the ringside guys, so they got them as gifts. So they each got one of each. Jeremy Padour just gave away his Cody Rhodes, and he's probably got a Jericho. So that's 3 of each accounted for, and I'm sure Cody has one. I'm sure Jericho has one. So you got to figure that's 4. One guy found one. In his ringside order, yeah. I believe.
Really?
I think it was a Jericho. So, I mean, that's it. That's all that I've seen pop up. Not that I see everything that pops up, but it seems to be, even when people talk about it, they kind of say that same amount there that I just kind of ran down. But yeah, so I don't have any hope, like you said, unless I pay crazy secondary market. And like I said, even though they're not showing up secondary market.
Right.
Not yet, anyway. So, all right, let me finish off real quick. I had a little bit of a gripe. That's kind of, I've been focusing on it a little bit more the last 3 or 4 weeks. I had heard this a while back. I can't tell you where. It was on a podcast. Someone mentioned how when they're going for Irish whips, they're doing that. They're grabbing the guy by the back of the neck and just kind of like slinging him into the rope. Instead of taking the Irish whip, how you take it, grab the arm, run him in, with your hand on him, give him a good sling. They're doing this weak, just fucking taking him by the neck, pushing him into the rope, and you're basically like, now it's starting, the more I watch it, the more it's bothering me. They kind of brought it to my attention. I wasn't really focusing on that, but now that it's like, for some reason, the last 4 weeks, and this was a while ago, so this was months ago. Mm-hmm. So for the last 4 weeks, it's really been something that I've been catching, and it's really pissing me off. I noticed it, I believe, on Dark. it's lazy as fuck. You look like the guy. You make the guy look like a bitch doing it. You're not looking clean. It doesn't look professional to me. You just look foolish doing it, and it's it's just sloppy bullshit, lazy work. To me, it's like you're being fucking lazy. I just had a rant about that a little bit. I caught it on something on Dark. I can't remember who it was. I didn't take a note. I just took a general note a little while after I watched Dark.
Now, I remember seeing this too, and it really makes me wonder, like some of these old school moves that you don't necessarily see a lot in wrestling anymore. It's like if you're going to do them, great, do them right. Like I'm wondering who's teaching them this, or if it's something that they're just modifying themselves when they're working. But yeah, it definitely looks bad. It's something that some of the more senior talent, I guess, should be calling out to say, hey, here's how you do it. And there's enough senior talent to go around there to be able to call that kind of shit out. So
it's indie shit.
It's indie shit. There you
go.
It's indie shit. You're right.
It's these guys. They just run ropes. It's not about them putting people into things. It's about them doing their acrobatic shit. And that's when they get lazy and they're programmed. They've programmed themselves to be lazy and do this lazy shit. And it looks bad when you're on the big stage and you're trying to give off a professional look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it kind of...
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, but yeah, we talked about this last week when it comes to the Bucks and how they do their promos. It's almost like I get that they don't want to just be any run-of-the-mill professional organization. They don't want to model themselves on WWE. But at the same time, right. It is the big leagues. They need to stamp this indie DNA out of them a little bit. I understand that the indie stuff does make some of what they do unique, but they do have to stamp out some of the DNA and try to polish it. There needs to be more polishing, and there needs to be more, like you said, they're on the grand stage now, and they have to try to make it more professional.
Yeah. There is a base. There is a wrestling base of what should be. You can't just say, oh, everything's old school. Like there's things that are old school that are needed and are wrestling. You just can't. If you want to do acrobatics, go join Cirque du Soleil.
Yep.
All right.
It's true.
It's that simple. If you want to just jump around and do flips, go join Cirque du Soleil. I'm sure they're looking for people. I mean, like we said, a lot of these guys have toned it down a little bit and done things, but and it'll take time. But that's something that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I kind of finally just wanted to say something about it. It kind of boils down to like professionalism in general. While I'm not a fan of the WWE shit, they do slow things down or not allow certain things, which I don't agree with. I think you should allow everything, but tone it down or tell them, listen, you can't do it. You can't do it every match. But a lot of things I noticed too is like AEW, these guys are getting hard weight a lot, man.
Yeah, they are.
So many hard weights. I don't remember, like I haven't watched WWF, but I don't know if as many people believe. Like I'm not saying like the Jeff Hardy thing. I'm talking like just a busted lip or a busted nose. Like I don't know if you've realized like how much blood has happened that wasn't part of the gimmick. It wasn't part of the match. Like they didn't blade themselves. Like, and I'm not talking the chair shot. That was kind of like, the Cody chair shot and the Sammy chair shot. That was kind of like in the moment fluke, things. Flying objects per se, but I'm just talking basic, probably like in the middle of like the actual contact, busted lips, busted nose, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cirque du Soleil, Eddie. Cirque du Soleil. All right, motherfucker, act like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Mary drags me to every goddamn one of them.
Oh, does she really?
They're fun. They are fun. I'll be honest with you. But so that's again, it comes with getting cleaner in the ring.
Yeah,
we'll cut that type of stuff down. Like I said, I'm not talking about the big shit. I'm talking more like busted, bleeding out of the nose, bloody lips, shit like that.
Well, the little things like that add up. I mean, it's the little things like that make a product. So when you combine you're getting busted up too easily with the problem with the actual moves that they're using, with the problem with the promos, it's these little, it's like death by a thousand cuts. And so there needs to be an overall polishing to this product. And it's not just the product. I talk about this every week. It's the production. For fuck's sake, you had JR talking during what he thought was a break. Oh, Joey Janela should be a heel. Look at him. He walks like a heel, blah, blah, blah. You hear this in the background. And it's like, get the flames here, I guess. But that really pissed me off. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Be mindful of your surroundings. Be mindful of where you are.
We got the flames, Kenny.
There you go. We got the flames. It's early and we got the flames. But be mindful of the fact that you are doing a professional program. And I get, I totally understand with JR. JR, every now and then, he
mails it in.
He mails it in.
I personally don't want him on the announce team personally.
Right.
I just rather him be in the back doing backstage. I never wanted him on the announce team.
Yeah.
Personally, that's just me.
Yeah.
But
no, I mean I agree. Back in the day he was the best, but now it's just like, yeah, it's more harm than good to have him out there. But again, whether it's him or Taz sometimes talking about ribs and things like that, it's like there needs to be more of an awareness, of a cognitive awareness of what you are doing, and you are on a program, you are on a major network, act like it. And that goes for everybody. It goes for the talent, it goes for the announcers, it goes for everything. It goes for the production value of the television program, understanding how to take proper breaks, etc., etc. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to Cookie in the chat. He says Alan is so mad. Those flames must have tipped him off.
What's up, Cookie?
Kenny says 2 flames in a row. Hell yeah. That was a soft one, though. That was a soft one.
Yeah.
He asked me for flames, so I threw him on. All right, flames off.
You are going to hear this from me often, and I know this is where you and I might butt heads a little bit. I mean, I do shit on this product a lot more, and I'm not shitting on it because, I think WWE is better. I think WWE is worse and still just as bad. It's the overall wrestling product today, but the weaknesses are different here. The weaknesses for AEW are different. You could say anything you want about how shitty WWE is today. At the end of the day, though, they have a professional product, and the people working behind the scenes work toward that. We need more of that here as well.
Right, more of that, but in a looser, like
absolutely.
In an AEW loose fashion.
Exactly.
But more of a professional overall product, like you said.
Exactly.
I understand that totally, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, the looseness of AEW I like. They don't ban moves. They don't,
no,
they don't try to hold guys back and give them scripts and that shit. So, and you listen, like we say, man, we love it. That's why we criticize it, and we want it to get better. That's why we criticize what's wrong. You don't tell your best friend everything's great when he's got a fucking eyeball hanging out. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You rush him to the fucking hospital and say, dude, you're looking pretty fucking bad.
Exactly.
So,
good analogy.
All right. Yeah. So, that was like a little Stan Hansen Vader action, Vader fucking getting his eye popped out by Stan Hansen. All right, so let's get to action. We got Dark. I have only, I believe, two notes here. Will Hobbs versus Sean Legacy. And look, man, what were we saying? Will Hobbs, right? I mean, that was my opinion. Was Will Hobbs is a guy that looks like he's somebody that they could get behind, slow build him, bring him in, keep him there, and bring him along slowly. And that seems to be he's what his record showed 0-5 when he came out. And he came out and he got his squash. He went from being squashed to getting his squash. So now he's 1-5, and it looks like they're going to be getting behind him.
Yep. Yeah, I'm hoping that this is the start of something, that they're actually trying to break his winless streak. I agree that he is somebody who has a lot of potential to move up on the card, and I'd like to. Yeah, you definitely want to see him be able to graduate from Dark, I guess, so to speak, in order to be able to make his way over to Dynamite. So yeah. Yeah,
even if he loses on Dynamite, wins on Dark, that type of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a slow build for Will Hobbs. He's still green, so he's got a little work to do. But I definitely thought looking at him, he had a look that they could capitalize on the more he gets reps and stuff. So
Yeah.
Do you have anything? I have one other match. Do you have anything off Dark?
I briefly want to just talk about Brian Cage. I mean, again, I know that was a short match with Tony Donati, but it was impressive. It's nice again to see him as a monster. I understand he got hurt and that kind of knocked him down a couple pegs, but I liked his showing. I want to see him get back into the higher card picture again. And so if it means he has to have a couple squash matches on Dark to do that, then that's fine.
Yeah. He's. I mean, the guy's huge, and he can wrestle.
Yeah,
he can do it all. So
yeah,
it's impressive. It really is impressive, and they're bringing him along. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where he's gonna go. I mean, from here, I thought the whole Darby thing. Maybe something will come about with Eddie Kingston or something. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just pulled Eddie Kingston out of my hat. I'm trying to think like who he's recently been having issues with. It was just been Darby, really.
Yeah.
So, but Darby and Starks are kind of tied up together, which originally looked like it was going to be Cage and Darby, and they just kind of took a little bit of a turn there.
And speaking of Kingston, I thought he had a good showing tonight too against Lee Johnson. I liked his match as well.
Yeah, I didn't watch it much because I knew what it was.
Okay. What was your other note?
And Helico and Griff Garrison.
Okay.
Solid match, both guys. I feel like Griff is another guy that they're going to try to take and slow build and do something with him down the line. Kind of just got that feeling, They brought him up. They brought him up to Dynamite. He had a match on Dynamite. So, just pretty much it. That's all I really had on Dark.
Okay.
Anything left for you?
I mean, I feel terrible whenever I say this because I feel like people might take it the wrong way, but I again am not a fan at all of Sunny Kiss. The Sunny Kiss Serpentico match, just I don't know what it is. I just don't like the style at all. I
didn't watch it.
Yeah. I mean, I do try to watch all the matches. I really do. I sometimes have a lot of it happening in the background, but I do try to at least pick up a little bit of each match, and I just wasn't a fan at all. I just am not a fan of Sunny Kiss, unfortunately, whether I see him on Dark or on Dynamite. I think my only other note, too, was that, I liked watching Anna Jay against Skylar Moore. Anna Jay is still in that place where, like you were saying, that she doesn't have a lot of personality behind what she does. Right. And that still seems to be the case here. But she's developing something, I feel like, out, in terms of just an overall personality. I'm going to have a comment later on when we talk about Dynamite in relation to Anna Jay, Dark Order, and Tay Conti. But for now, as far as this match goes, I try to pay attention to that because I want to see her grow more, and I feel like she did a good job in this match for the most part.
Yeah. Her in-ring work is good. It's just her charisma in the ring is not.
Yep, and that's still the case.
She worked fairly solid, but she's got to work solid and put a little pizzazz in her in her game. You know what I mean? A little life in her movements and such.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's a good start.
But yeah, outside of that, that's all I had for Dark as well.
Lead us into Dynamite. What's your star here?
So Dynamite, I was really intrigued by the Chris Jericho MJF little. No, I wouldn't say confrontation. It wasn't a confrontation. They were exchanging pleasantries. But I like how they played it out quite a bit. Jericho saying he got robbed. You're going to beat the chip very soon. Thanks, man. Means the world to me. You're going to regain your title one day. They leave. And they're both like, what a fucking loser. And I love that. I really like that a lot. So it wasn't like they were doing this typical, oh, you're a heel. Let's team up and we're going to, get along together. No, they're both a bunch of dicks. And they're not going to, give each other, but they don't really respect each other inwardly as much as they do outwardly. But I liked that. I liked that they had a bit of an interaction there. They're having a bit of continuity with these. They're basically, I guess they're essentially two of the top heels certainly on the program. So it was nice to see that little interaction to start things off.
Yeah, I liked it. It was fun. The only thing is, I found myself a couple days later just kind of thinking about it and going, see, for me, I feel like MJF could, like, he's got enough that he could be. He's always compared to Flair, people compare him to Flair, but I could see him being that type of heel, you know. But I think sometimes he just is doing some things that kind of get in the way of being that serious shit talking heel of that Ric Flair was. Ric Flair like was he's just very sure about himself. He always was always nobody's on his level. Sure he did, the scurrying heel shit in the ring, but he didn't do a lot of goofy shit out of the ring. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
In his promos. So the only thing I really took from this was it was fun for me. I enjoyed it, but I also felt like I said, a couple days later, for some reason, I just got to thinking about it. I was like, I feel like stuff like that hurts his trajectory, maybe, into just automatic, like, being there. I think he's not there. He's definitely not there. I think he's got some maturing to do and some things to figure out about his gimmick, and I think that's one of them. And I think it kind of holds him back from where I feel like he should be headed. He does it at times, but at other times he does shit like they do shit with him like this, and it might not be his call. It could be Jericho.
Sure.
Like, I want to do this, so it's like, you kind of get roped into it. So I can't say it's on him, but he has done other shit that's kind of similar to this, and I feel like at times like this, it's like it hurts him for where I feel like he could be going. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense per se, but I just feel like maybe as much as I liked it, maybe it was something that could have just stayed on the cutting room floor. Just my opinion.
All right.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not, you know me. I'm not very good at articulating shit. So
no, I thought you talked about that pretty well. I mean, I personally, I understand there's comparisons to Flair. It's funny, of all people, you're definitely the bigger Flair guy than I am, but I don't think he does not remind me of Flair at all. There's really nobody who reminds me of Flair. Flair was very unique in what he did and in how he did his delivery and how he presented himself. MJF is a cocky heel. He's certainly very good at what he does, but I don't think I would put him in the same kind of a comparison to say that, oh, okay, he's kind of like Flair, even like how Flair was at the beginning. I don't know if I really see that. What I liked about it was I liked the idea that I like the interactions. You know what I'm saying? I like the storytelling. Yeah. That's what I enjoyed about it, is that they are trying. They're not just keeping everybody in their respective little corners, whatever their respective little stories are. They're trying to cross the stream, so to speak, which I think is valuable to do. The old school WWF certainly did a lot of that, which I liked a lot. Like, you would have Piper and Orndorff, and you would have them talking about, or Savage. Savage is a great example. Savage would always be, talking about Tito Santana or Ricky Steamboat, but he would always also talk about Hulk Hogan. He would never forget to bring him up as well. You would have multiple guys being talked about. You're not just focusing on one lane.
Right.
And I liked that here, that they were trying to open up the lanes a little bit.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not really trying to compare him to Flair, but if I was, I mean, like most other people, if I have to call him like anyone, I would say he's more like Flair. Maybe just in terms of being able to talk how he does.
Right.
I think that's where he's like Flair to me, and I feel like he should go more in that direction. Little, like, back off of the goof shit a little bit, because he doesn't do it a ton, but there are times he does it. But like Flair, there were good times to do that shit, like in the ring. He begs off. He maybe he's that type of shit where he's just begging off in the corner, or he does the into the ropes, and the tumble outside the ring, then runs across the thing and gets clothesline. Like it's goofy, but it's good in the story as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. That's kind of where I was like I said, I like the segment. I just feel like sometimes maybe something like that isn't good for. I mean, but that's where I feel like his character should be going. So who am I? You know. So whatever. Spent way too long trying to explain myself on that, and I don't think I did a very good job. So
no, I get where you're coming from.
I apologize, everybody listening to this. I get lost in the weeds a lot. Ask any. I mean, listen to Bill tell his story. Everybody goes, fuck. Anytime I go to start to tell a story, everybody's like, oh, here we go.
Well, we just have to break out the weed whackers whenever you start talking. That's all.
So we go Lucha Bros versus Lucha Express. There's a hell of a lot of lucha going on.
It confused JR. Didn't JR call it the Lucha Express? I'm sorry. Yeah. The Lucha Express is what he called them, which is funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I just did. You see how confusing this shit is? Yeah. Lucha. See, my notes say literally Lucha Bros versus Lucha Express. Holy fuck. Yeah, we just have a Lucha house party.
Yeah.
No.
Lucha
crickets?
house. I like Lucha house.
Where's the Yeah. Where's the crickets? So Lucha Brothers versus Jurassic Express. Let me correct that scenario there. So I thought it was a pretty good match. Surprisingly, in general, I hate that the Lucha Brothers lost that match, but I also understand it because of the causing of the ending where it kind of caused a rift between the brothers, Phoenix and Penta. I get why they lost because of that. So, but it's still like, come the fuck on, man. Jurassic Express should be losing at least 80% of their matches, in my opinion.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
I mean, the post match. Go ahead. Wrap up your part. Your say on that match. I don't want to jump too far ahead.
No, I was really just going to go to the post match. I didn't have much to say about the match. It was an okay match. Again, it's just seeing a lot of these guys together. It's too much. I'd like to see a number of them break up in singles. I feel like I say the same thing every week. I was more intrigued by the post match. The fact Phoenix shoving Penta, not happy about how things ended up. They're being held back. Kingston getting involved. I like that part. I like I was more entertained by that than the match itself. That's the best that I can say about it.
So that's what you got on the promo? Nothing else on the promo?
Oh, I mean, I could talk further about the promo.
Let's hear what you got, bro.
I did like it. Kingston's basically coming in saying, he's the one who's helping guys out, not others, not Pac or Allie. And Penta then shoving Phoenix away. Kingston is convincing him to shake hands. This is, again, a good way of him just trying to gather his people together. And then they finally bring up, which they've been, they hinted at already, that Kingston was saying he was never eliminated from the Battle Royal, which Lance Archer. I like that too. It's something that, everybody had been seeing. And then there were a lot of posts about, hey, did anybody notice this? Anybody notice this? So the fact that they actually went ahead and acknowledged it opens up a lot of story right there. So that was good that they went ahead.
I'm hoping and have a feeling that that's going to turn into a three-way match. I have a feeling they're going to have some kind of scenario where Eddie Kingston keeps pushing it, and it's going to be Archer, him, and Moxley on October 10th, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right. There's only one problem with that scenario, though.
Tell me.
I fucking hate three-way matches. Really do.
Okay, all right. Let me put this. I don't mind three ways. Apparently, it's like done a lot now.
It is done a lot now. Way too much.
It's overdone, right?
Yeah.
So I don't hate them because again, back when I was stopped watching wrestling, it wasn't a non-stop thing. So I mean, I'd enjoy it. I think that there's a very good story to be told on with it.
Right. I was about
so
to
I
say
think that's where,
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where it will work for me. And I hope they do go in that direction. I hope they build the next few weeks with them, Eddy kind of pushing it, Archer saying you need to shut your fucking mouth, Moxley doing what Moxley does, and then finally they just say, you know what, we'll solve this and we'll make it a three-way.
See, you're right that the story calls for it, and this is not dissimilar to a lot of other stories that call for this kind of a match. I would have preferred if it's like, all right, I didn't get eliminated from the Battle Royal. You two fuckers want to fight, that's fine. I get the winner. I like something like that more because it's more of layered storytelling and you're looking a couple steps ahead instead of just saying, oh, let's just throw everybody together. And there's so many times where I see this happen with 3-ways or 4-ways or what have you, where, yeah, they're the storyline calls for it, but it still also serves the purpose of let's get more guys in there and just do whatever. But I would have liked better if, and it would have, I think, shown more of a light on Kingston if he's just like, I get the winner. And
I like that idea, actually.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
And you can have him at ringside. You can have him at ringside, and you wonder, all right, he's going to be there. Is he going to fuck something? Now, yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm never a fan of people getting involved. They have too much involvement. At least have him there, and you're wondering, what he might do. I'm not saying have 5 guys there, just him.
Right.
And you can even have him sitting with the announcers. Something.
Mike Tyson-esque,
exactly.
Right.
But I would have preferred that to, and you're right, nothing's been decided yet, but yes, I think you are right that they will go with the 3-way, that is going to be where they go. But I hope they go with my suggestion instead. We'll see.
I actually like your suggestion. I mean, I'm down with it because then it takes a program. When is Full Gear? Did
they announce the actual date for Full Gear?
I believe they did. I got to be honest. Again, what are we? We are Null and Hash, the ones with the least what?
Beasts of the East with the least research. We do no research.
Right.
I am looking as we speak, and it looks like Full Gear is going to be November 7th. So
November,
yes.
So we're mid-September now. So September. I mean, yeah, man. I mean, you got the match in October, say 10th, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have much till Full Gear, so
right.
That's about a month. So that's a nice amount of time to tease Eddie Kingston, you know. And you could keep Lance Archer in there still.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be the foil or whatever. So there's a lot of story to be told. I like your idea better than the 3-way because it builds. It takes you. It could take you 2 months. It could take you those 2 months.
Yeah, it expands the story.
Nice and clean.
Exactly.
Like you said, nice and clean instead of like you said. Who was it? You were the Cage and Moxley. You said it just felt like it was dragging for 7 weeks.
Yep.
Yep. So okay, I like that. Here's my take on the post match. I liked his little wink and nod to the I wasn't eliminated. I like his little dig at Allie. Where's your wife? Yeah. I like that. What I didn't like was the beginning of the promo. Stop it, shake it.
Yeah.
It dragged on and on and on, and he just kept repeating himself. We get it. There's dissension. You didn't need dissension for 4 minutes to finally get to the end, where he got some good work in on the mic.
Yeah.
So, but that was it. That's really all I had there. What do you got on the Jake and Archer promo?
I mean, that was pretty good. I like whenever Roberts is involved. I mean, he's great. Telling Moxley they're here to trash people. They like it. I like it. He's just very, very slimy, which is fantastic.
Of course.
It's the way he's always been, and it's just fantastic. Archer is telling Moxley to have nothing but despair to look forward to, or he meets him in the ring. He's going to be champion. Everybody dies. It's like, it's all, it's a little over the top, but it's still entertaining. You know what I mean? It's still fun to watch.
Yeah, I like the setting. I really like the setting. Where they were, and looked like a back alley, you know. Um, my thing is Archer wasn't awful, all right? Could be a little bit better. I think Archer's got potential with the promos, the more work he's going to do. But I hate that catchphrase shit. I've always hated that catchphrase shit.
Yeah.
The only catchphrase I ever gave a fuck about was "Woo!" That's the only fucking catchphrase I ever liked. Catchphrase shit, just got to cut it out. You can't do it at the end of every promo. MJF does that with the "I'm better than you" and you know it. That's another one. I feel like that shit, just cut it out of your, you want to say it occasionally, say it so we know it's your thing. But it almost goes down to like what I noticed about a lot of wrestling from watching like clips and shit over the years. Like they all come out and they try to like work the crowd up, like the Usos when they were like, they would like do a dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would do like a dance and shit. I would see them doing dances on videos and trying to get the crowd into it. And there was some other people like that. And I'm just like, that's so manufactured. It's not. It's not to me. It's not real. It's just manufactured bullshit.
Well, Flair had another great expression that I felt like he didn't use enough. I'm Ric Flair, and you're not. I love that. Go. I felt like that was an underused expression, but I love it. But I have to say, when you say, woo is the only one you love, I'm sure there's one person in the chat who's going to agree with me. Are you trying to tell me that you were not impressed by what you're going to do when Hulkamania runs wild on you? What the fuck, Bill?
Fucking God, dude. Say your vitamins, eat your prayers. I don't know what the
Oh, I like that.
No.
Say your vitamins, eat your prayers. I like it.
Yeah.
Ash and all. We're going to be dyslexic with everything we say. That needs to be a shirt. Say your vitamins and eat your prayers. That needs to be a shirt.
Listen, when we start getting some more listeners, we'll start doing shirts. We got some good shirt ideas.
They
were all Alan. Yeah. They were all Alan's ideas. So I don't want to. I want to take credit for them, but they were all Alan's. I told them put them in the bank because we're gonna need them in the future.
Yeah, man.
But. Yeah, I mean, listen, there
that,
might be.
I'm kidding.
I know.
Cheesy. I'm even going to say that it was very cheesy. But no, you're right.
There might be some catchphrases that I forgot that were okay.
Yeah, catchphrases are a dime a dozen. It is very easy for them to be repetitive. I'm being serious now. I mean, the hulking thing, I was just kidding. But it is easy for a lot of catchphrases to wear thin. And something like woo, yes, it was done a lot, but it wasn't
a catchphrase.
It wasn't really a catchphrase, and
it was a cap. It was a cap on top of the fucking the promo.
Right, and it got the crowd energized and into it.
Yes,
it is very easy, especially today, for a catchphrase to become manufactured, and it's kind of like, oh well, they're trying to find something that's going to make a shirt work. Back in the day,
that's a WWF thing.
It's a WWF thing. Back in the day, a lot of these guys figured it out for themselves. Something just worked. And great, and if the company cashed in on it, then fine. But much of it was just finding something that worked and something that felt organic. Today, you don't have a lot of it that feels organic. You have a lot of it that does feel manufactured, unfortunately, because today they are thinking about, let's make a payday, let's make a shirt, let's make a slogan, let's do whatever. Everything is run by marketing and sales execs now. So,
right. So then we get to Hardy's promo. He's, mid-ring, cutting his promo there.
This one pissed me off.
It's get the flames.
This one pissed me off.
Kenny, are you still here? Because you are going to get flames twice today, maybe more. Real quick, I'll say my piece because I don't have too much on it.
Sure.
It's good to see he's okay. His wife, you could see she was like, it's like she's probably sitting there holding the baby, shaking her head every time he talks to her, and probably in her pocket she's typing towards Twitter about how fucked up AEW is. She's probably got them letters all lined up in her pocket as she's sending out tweets. It's just good to see he's okay. It was all what do you call it? You covering your ass type shit,
Yeah.
It was just all cover your ass, cover up for the fuck ups, and that was pretty much it. So that's all I really have to say on that. Again, just good to see he's okay, and I'm gonna flame you on.
Yeah, so
boom.
It was very good to see that he was okay. But the first thing I'm thinking of when he's out there talking is, with all of the shit that Rebby tweeted about AEW and taking a big, massive dump on them, what the fuck is she doing in the crowd? And I don't know if that's something that he requested. Maybe he's like, hey, do me a favor, honey. Can you be in the crowd? I just want to try to make it look like we're all copacetic and everything. I would be like, fuck you. I'm not going to be in the crowd. No, I'm not going to be making nicey-nicey. No, fuck you and fuck this company. The fact that she was in the crowd made me feel like, it made me wonder like how much of what she was doing last week or 2 weeks ago was manufactured, and just her being her and trying to get attention. That pissed me off that she was actually in the crowd. It's just like, it felt so fucking manufactured. And it really, it did feel, I mean, I feel like, right, he was out there. The company was probably like, please, 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 just go out there, say a few words so everybody knows you're okay, and then go ahead and skull the back. We got nothing out of this, though. Him just coming out there saying, I'm okay. No. At least, okay, so is this building to anything, or is he taking time off? Or what's happening? He's just like, my feud with Sammy's over, I'm okay, bye, and he goes to the back. What was this?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I was waiting. Should I take the flames off yet, or what?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Flames off. That was kind of another soft flame. I was half waiting for Sammy to come out and attack him.
Me too.
I think,
yes. Yeah. Me too.
I really was waiting, or like, it would have been crazy if Sammy like attacked Rebby. That would have been fucking good.
That would have been
if they didn't have the baby on her. That would have been a really good, way to do it. But I guess it wasn't really the place to do that, considering what happened. But
yeah.
I was half expecting I'm like, when is he coming? When is he coming? He never came, but it looks like they're pretty much done with their feud. We're never gonna get the match at his compound. It looks like,
and that's a shame, because it would have been nice if things built to that, and maybe that wasn't the original plan until this happened. I don't know. It does make me wonder. So what's next with this guy? Is he just gonna? What are they going to do with him? Because he was out there, yes, and he seemed okay, but who's to really say that he is in any kind of position where he could still wrestle again anytime soon? We don't know.
Right. It seems like that feud was snake bitten.
It was.
So, it's almost like some of it's like in an MMA, like, there's a fight that was made 5 times, and every time somebody was hurt or couldn't make it, it was Tony Ferguson versus Khabib Nurmagomedov. Jesus Christ, Nurmagomedov. And they made that fight like 5 times, and they just never were able to come together and actually get the fight done.
Yeah.
So it's almost like that, just snake bitten as fuck, So
yeah. It just felt like such a waste. It felt like a wasted segment that basically almost felt like it just felt so usy, It's like, oh, just go out there to make sure that everybody knows you're okay, and then go ahead and skedaddle to the back. It's just like, what was this? I don't know. Yeah. I felt dirty watching it, I guess. I felt a little dirty watching it. I guess
it's more a waste of time.
So
what do you got next?
Well, let's see. We had Orange Cassidy versus Angelico with Jack Evans. Not much to say about this as well. This is pretty. It was a squash, I guess, for the most part. It was just a squash by Cassidy. Didn't really get much out of it until then post match. You get Santana and Ortiz attacking with their usual accessories. Best friends come out to make the save. Taylor gets on the mic. This has got to end. Let's meet in the parking lot. Okay, whatever. Anything with the best friends out, honestly, I'm just like, whatever. And then you got the Sue chant breaking out. The thing with the best friends and with Sue, I know you and I haven't talked about it a lot. I know you seem to be pretty amused by it. I find it tiresome. I don't know. The whole Sue thing is just like, I don't know. I don't feel much for it.
I don't think I'm like super amused, but I just it was all right, and I think like you, I'm slowly moving away from best friends.
I'm quickly moving away from best friends, so I guess we're different.
Yeah, yeah. You're running. I'm kind of like slowly backing away.
You're jogging, yeah.
It's more. I got to be honest. It's more Chuck Taylor. Just some things that I see from him. I've mentioned it in past podcasts, so I'm not going to go into them. But what I mean, like you said, the match was short, sweet. It was basically a setup for Santana and Ortiz to attack Orange Cassidy, and of course the best friends would come, make the run-in save, and of course make the challenge for the parking lot brawl. I like the challenge though. I know you roll your eyes at it. I like it. However, everything's a fucking stipulation match nowadays.
Right. That was my thing with it. Everything's a damn stipulation.
What do we say? AEW always overdoes it, right?
Yep.
It seems like the last 2 months, everything's a goddamn stipulation match. That's their new thing. So what'll be next week and the week after, we'll see. So I'm good with a parking lot brawl. I get it. They beat up the car, whatever. So it makes sense in that term. I love Santana and Ortiz. Hopefully they go over. Hopefully the fucking faces don't get the win.
Yeah.
Because it's time that the Santana and Ortiz start getting at the top of the fucking list here. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
You're wasting a team that could be a nasty team. Like, these motherfuckers are from the Bronx. You know what I mean? They're not. You know, the Bronx is not for soft people. You know what I mean? So I hate seeing them lose constantly.
Arthur Avenue, man, for life.
They could really be some tough son of a bitches,
Yep.
And wreak some havoc in the tag division. Okay, so we get Kip Sabian's big announcement. All right.
Might need the flames again.
Oh, you're flaming?
I talked to you a little bit about this. I don't know, man. I'll let you go into it.
Okay, so shit, Alan's going 3 flames today, possibly more. So I don't know if Kenny's here because Kenny hasn't talked in a while. Usually Kenny's pretty talkative, but
he
Kenny's must be watching
all these flyers.
He must be watching the Jags. But
you got more flames in California today.
Oh Jesus! Woo!
That was a good one. Considering.
Woo! It was a bad joke, but it was a good one too. I liked it. That was some witty, sharp shit right there, bro. Somebody's gonna hate us for it, but they're gonna hate you. They're not gonna
I was gonna say definitely me for sure.
They might hate me because I thought it was funny, but all right. The segment. It was kind of like the beginning. Was very dragged on. Okay, Kenny's here. He goes, "Jags already won, baby. I'm here." For me, the segment kind of dragged on at first. However, parts of it were funny enough where I was like, "Okay." I'm sorry. The very beginning, the first guy. I don't know who he was. He was really funny with that guy. He said, get out of here. You're taking up too much space. The dude's a big guy, So I popped on that. If they would have left it at that, I'd have been good. But then he dragged on. And then Brian Pillman Jr. came out and, he made him look like a bum, said, we're not even friends. And then he slinks off. What would have been nice is if Brian Pillman Jr. said, "Oh, we're not," slapped him around, and then we get the best man come in.
Yep.
And that would have been a better option than Brian Pillman Jr. slinking off, being bitched up by Kip Sabian.
Yeah.
So that between those two guys, it took a little while, so it kind of brought down, and then of course we get the best man announcement, and we get the camera shot from behind. You can't 100% tell, but we get motherfucking Miro, baby. Woo! And in our group chat, you saw that I was like, yes, really long, lots of S's, caps. I was very excited. People have hated that Miro came out, did the WWE, cut down the WWE and cut the promo about WWE. I loved it because I hate the fucking WWE, so I enjoyed it. I loved what he was saying. It came off well. I can't wait to see where all this goes. Personally, I'm excited as fuck. And real quick, Kenny disagrees with me. He says his promo was but I like this introduction to him. It's a soft feud for Miro to get him ready as a top talent. I agree. I think if you debuted him like you did Cage or Archer or Brodie, you are bringing new guys in and burying them. No matter how good you make them look in the loss, they're still losing. So I'm just excited. I thought the promo was good personally. I really did. I think maybe at the end he got a little too jumpy. He's getting amped up, but I think he was so excited. I'll give him a pass on that. But I thought the promo aspect was good. It was well done. He spoke well and did a good job. But he's a solid guy. Mm-hmm. From everything I've seen of him, all the little stuff I've seen him in WWE was great. I watched the show with the women, so that's how I really know Rusev and why I really was a big fan of him from the
Total Divas.
Show called Total Divas, right?
Yeah.
Kenny says Miro looks like he will be properly built. 100% agree with that, and I will acquiesce to you and put flames on for you, pal. Is that fair?
That's fair. First of all,
flame on!
The real Slim Shady called and told Miro to sit the fuck down so that he could stand the fuck up. I mean, he looked like a total douchebag, and I understand that maybe that's the look they're going for with him.
Shit.
He looked like a total fucking douchebag, and he comes out and he sounds like an AEW commercial, basically. It's like,
Hey,
I was
go ahead. Real quick. I don't mean to cut you off mid fucking flame, but bro, he came out Mickey the fuck up, head to toe, Gucci Mickey, bro.
I get it. I guess that I don't like necessarily that direction with him. Rusev, Miro, whoever he is. He was most impressive when he was first brought in as this fucking tank. This is what he was. He was a tank that destroyed everybody. And then they got to the real funny shit with Rusev Day, and they turned it into a comedy act. And that's where the act got stale, really, really quickly, at least for me. For me, at least. I would have liked to see him brought back in as a fucking demolisher. Him coming in, basically, again, he sounds like an AEW commercial. My name is Miro. I was with the same place for 10 years. You could take the brass ring and shove it up your ass. I'm all elite, blah, blah, blah. It sounded so formulaic, like Tony Khan opened his head, poured it in, and then started making the mouth talk so he could say it all come out. That's how I feel, man. I was not impressed with this fucker at all. I would have loved, and believe me, like you, I wanted to see him in AEW, but I did want to see him come in as this fucking destroyer, because that's when he was the most impressive. I don't like his look. I don't like him necessarily becoming part of this story, although we both did agree that, yeah, he's probably going to be the best man. We said that last week, and here you go.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's obviously soon. It's obviously so soon to say anything, but to me, it wasn't an impressive first impression at all for me.
Listen, my dick got hard when he said, "I'm Miro and I'm all elite."
It's so manufactured, man.
Bro, listen, my dick got hard. I'm not going to front. I mean,
next thing you know is some WWF guys are going to come out and say, "Bring home all the action, you'll get more satisfaction." And it's just like, yeah.
But listen, you got to give me a pass, though.
No, I get it.
I mean, from April, that's all I've wanted was Miro #1.
That is true.
I wanted to hear Miro is all fucking elite.
Yep.
So I was rock hard, baby.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see what they do with them.
No, it's not that big. It's not that big.
But I don't know. And again, the look, I mean, I'm partly kidding about the look, but the look is really just like, if you cover the bottom of his face, he looks just like fucking Eminem. It's
oh my
God. Ridiculous. But we'll see.
All right.
We'll see where we go with it.
Flames off right now?
Yeah,
or
flames are off.
Okay.
3 fucking forest fires. It's in one night.
You're gonna set the East Coast on fire, bro.
Seriously.
The West Coast. You leave the West Coast. Was that you on the West Coast leaving it on fire to fly over here, or what?
I have already had a number of people blame me for the Jersey earthquake that happened last week, man. I'm not kidding. People are like, "Was this you?" I'm like, "What the fuck? I'm not even in Jersey. What are you talking about?"
That's hilarious. That was right here too. That we were like right next door to the epicenter.
Yeah. But I heard 3.1. I'm like, 3.1. Go the fuck back to sleep.
Yeah. Alan set the West Coast on fire, flew back to stay east for a while, and
started earthquake in Jersey. Yeah.
and he's flamed 3 times today. So the state might be the state of New York might be on fire. So. Oh man. All right. So in the vein of Miro, little thing that came about, I guess Jericho does his Saturday thing, his live stream.
Yeah.
I'm just hearing this secondhand. I didn't hear it direct from Jericho, but I'm hearing people mention that Jericho saying that I'm not the best, I'm the best man, meaning he's Mr. Perfect style. They're going to do a Mr. Perfect style gimmick.
Right.
I'm not just the man, I'm the best man, that type of thing. So rumor has it's going to be a Mr. Perfect style gimmick, which is cool. I'm good with it. The only thing I dislike is Jericho needs to shut the fuck up. Chris, Mr. Jericho, Mr. Monday Night, Mr. fucking Jericho is something or other. Fucking, I don't know what else, whatever the fuck, what was his WCW one?
I don't know, but he was never Mr. Monday Night. That was Rob Van Dam.
Oh yeah, you're right. Mr. Wasn't he Jericho is War or something?
Oh, Raw is Jericho.
Raw is Jericho. Yeah, my bad. I fucking I've twisted that, but Jericho needs to just shut up, dude. Let the fucking angle play out. I don't want to go in knowing, after hearing the what he was like, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, like I could see that, but it's like maybe Jericho just needs to stop talking about this shit before it happens.
Yeah.
Give me some surprise. Let me get a little kayfabe in my life, please. I like kayfabe, man. And that's when wrestling was the best for me.
I agree. And again, that's part of the problem with today's product. Don't get me wrong. Talk is Jericho is a very entertaining podcast, but it is true. It breaks the fourth wall so easily all the time. Jericho can be in a blood feud with Jon Moxley, and the next Saturday he's on his show. What the fuck? And I get it. Nope. Everybody, the fourth wall's already been broken and smashed through years and years ago. Yeah. We get it. But it does take you out of it when that happens. You know what I mean? It's
100%.
It's hard. It's a shame because it is a good podcast, but I, for the most part, stay away.
Yeah,
from
I enjoy it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I didn't even know that. I didn't know that they talked that was going to be the rumored gimmick. But there you go.
Apparently it came from Jericho, and apparently that's the rumored gimmick. Like I said, I didn't personally listen to it. I'm taking bits and pieces that I'm seeing what people say in the groups and such.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. It kind of sucks that he gave that up. So, all right, we get Alex Marvez. He's looking to talk to the Bucks. He wants to see what's going on with them. They open the locker room door. Okay, double super kicks, stereo super kicks, and basically shut the door. Was okay until they tried to shut the door, and the door must have been like on a what you call it there, I can't think of the fucking word, but it just
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I know what you're thinking of too, and I can't think of the word either, but I know exactly what you're talking
I can't think of
about.
the word. Yeah, so the door doesn't slam. It would have been nice if the door slammed.
Right. It was almost like there was one of those stoppers. Like one of those stoppers was in the door.
Right. It would have been perfect. I can't think of the fucking name. Like, oh my god. Anyway, people know what the fuck we're thinking.
Yeah.
I just can't. The name is just escaping me right now. But you know, you try to shut the door and it shuts and then just like starts creeping shut. And he had to force it shut. You know. So that was pretty funny, but it was a good little segment. I liked the super kick. I liked they didn't look too they looked pretty aggressive with it. But then that stupid door not shutting. I mean, you should have picked the fucking room that the door didn't.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The door wasn't on one of those.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say piston, but it's like it's not.
Yeah.
Oh my, it's gonna fucking piss me off. Oh my god, this episode sucks. I'm sorry, guys.
What are you talking about?
It's
been great.
I'm all over. I don't know. I'm all over the fucking place. What'd you feel about that segment?
It was okay, and again, it's slowly, really now beginning to slowly tell this story. I kind of was more hoping that this is the Dynamite after the whole losing, and I was hoping that we would have more of an acceleration to the story by now.
We got 2 months till the next pay-per-view.
We need
pay-per-view.
We do. And again, that's what bothers me is that I see how this goes now. It's like, okay, you're counting down to the pay-per-view. It's 2 fucking months away. So are we going to get 8 weeks of this shit? It's just like, I don't know. I would have wanted to see more of a progression in this story this week than we got here. But I was
good with it.
We'll see what happens next week. Let's see what happens.
I was good with it. I thought it progressed nicely, and we'll go into the next progression. We get a sit down with Hangman and Shivani. Yep. It felt for me like it was a good interview towards Hangman. Leading to his redemption.
Yeah.
Him staying a face. He realizes he fucked up. He wants to, he's like, oh, we need to get back on the horse, and we're going to go out there as a team, and we're going to get back there, and we'll get the titles back. And, he owns up to it, and, look, he's looking forward, I mean, as we know later on, we'll talk, but I liked his progression towards his redemption story.
Mm-hmm.
This helped move him back to the redemption of his face character. That's what I took off of this interview.
Right. Yeah. I was listening to the interview. I'm just thinking to myself, man, I can't wait for the barbershop segment. You're going to have Kenny Omega. You're going to have Hangman Page trying to escape through the window. Such a coward.
Yeah. One of the best fucking lines ever, dude. Oh my god.
Heenan was the best, man.
Heenan was fucking
He was the fucking best. But yeah, that's what I want to see. I want the segment where Paige is trying to escape through the window, and then Omega tears apart the magazine. Is there a problem? I don't think so. Now let's clean this shit up. Cut tape.
All right, cut tape. Let's move on. We're fucking we're reenacting old promos. So we got Jager. Wow.
Jager.
We got Jager. Jager bombs for everybody. Jager, baby. That should be their nickname. Jager and so we got Jericho and Hager versus Kiss and Janella.
God damn it. More fucking Sunny Kiss. I'm sorry.
I didn't care. I honestly, my notes is didn't care to watch the match. I barely paid attention.
I barely did too, actually. Yeah.
Right. We get the Jericho promo saying that him and Hager are going to take a run at the belts. Kind of disappointed me. What happened to Les Sex Gods, bro?
Yeah, I don't get that either.
I love the Les Sex Gods.
Yeah, that didn't really... I didn't understand that. I don't know what happened that they just decided to make a turn like that, but...
I understand it. For me, what I'm looking at is Jericho doesn't need to do anything singles. Hager really isn't doing anything singles.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to put them together to make an actual run. towards a title, while Sammy can not be stuck in a tag team situation and can finally start building his singles.
All right.
His singles run. You know what I mean?
All right, I can get behind that.
That's kind of what I take out of that. You know, even though I love Les Sex Gods and I love the whole gimmick on it, but
yeah, no, I can get behind that. That makes sense.
So, what do you got for the promo, MJF?
Yes, we get MJF. Dictator John cheated to get his win at the pay-per-view. That was pretty funny. The campaign's to blame. It's supposed to create change. They all blew it. This is political funniness. I like this actually quite a bit. He first fires everybody. Tells everybody to get out. And I just like the way Wardlow's just like, sir. And MJF just starts yelling at him about what he did. Wardlow looks mad. Be reminded who pays your checks. It's not Tony Khan. It's me. I like that quite a bit. He's his only friend. And I like the way, and Wardlow was just like, man of very few words. He said two words this entire, sir and no. That was it. So that was good.
I like that. I like what he's playing. I love the character he's playing right now.
I do too.
I love that Nina was smiling.
Yes.
Excuse me. Nina was smiling, and then he's all pissed off, and he tells her, "Stop smiling! I'm tired of looking at your yellow teeth."
Yes.
So it's smile, smile, and then now stop smiling. And of course Kenny MJF 2021, baby.
There you go.
So I got a kick out of that. And then, of course, they're building more tension with Wardlow and MJF. Who pays you? How are you going to feed your family? You better watch what you're doing. I don't like the tension because I feel this is like a tandem that can be together for a couple years. You can open Wardlow up to more than he's doing with Moxley.
Yeah.
With MJF. In terms of getting him in the ring on his own, but still being his heavy. I don't like that they're gonna. It looks like they're gonna try to move Wardlow and MJF away from each other, maybe through a feud in the near future. I feel it's a little early.
It is early.
And I've been saying that because I really like that tandem.
Yeah, I agree. It is early. It kind of feels like they didn't really give this a chance to grow or to breathe much. This is just, it feels like it's speeding things up. It's hitting the fast forward button on the storyline. I don't know. I also feel like it's a little too early to be breaking them up right now. But there you go. But they're entertaining about it, at least. It was definitely a good segment.
So then we get Moxley cuts a promo, as always, never let you down.
Yep.
It's always a good promo.
Moxley being Moxley.
Yep. From the promo, we get FTR. We get their celebration. Their tag team championship win. They're going to celebrate. And, of course, you got all the tag teams outside the ring. I don't know how I feel about this, really. There were some funny spots. I liked... Some funny is good, so this was funny. I liked when they were burying SCU for being old.
Yes.
And I got a chuckle out of that. I enjoyed them tearing down Lucha Express, calling them a comedy gimmick cosplayers. I really dug that.
Jurassic Express.
What did I... Fuck, bro. God damn it. On my notes, I even put Lucha Express.
We're just going to have to start calling you JR.
Oh, you're right. I'm fucking JR of fucking Uncensored.
You're the JR of Uncensored. Can I buy some barbecue sauce off you?
What? I don't have barbecue sauce to get. That's a bad JR.
That's a terrible JR. What the fuck was that?
So I don't know why I even. I don't even know why I tried to go into like. Oh my god, that was Jesus Christ. I'm gonna cut that shit out of the podcast. When I edit this. No, I really won't. I don't know what the fuck I just did that for.
I don't either.
I don't know. I just got a bug up my ass. So, what do you got other anything else off of that. Of course, they get ran off.
Yeah, I mean, it was entertaining. Again, the whole, let's have 100 tag teams surround the ring. Let's have everybody involved. It's like,
sounds like an AEW
it sounds
show.
like an AEW show. I mean, in this case, I guess it kind of made sense because of the fact that they're the new champions. It was kind of like pay homage to the new champions. And I got that. Right. That part of it actually was not bad. So I will forgive this time the fact that they had a whole bunch of people there like that. But no, I was, I don't know about, we need Jurassic Express again and there against FTR. I don't know, man. I'm just, could we not get anybody else? Could there not be a better team to set up against FTR? Does it have to be Jurassic Express?
Yeah, but it's, I mean, that's just a TV show match.
Yeah,
so
I get it.
I get it, you know.
That's part of the problem, though, I guess. I guess it's part of the problem. It speaks to the depth or the lack thereof of the division that it's like, well, shit, we got to make sure that we don't throw, like, anybody really big in there for a TV match. You got to save it for the pay-per-view. All right, so now we go 5 steps down to Jurassic Express. It's like, it's the way it is with these teams.
See, but they're deep on tag teams.
They're deep, but nobody is really stand out. You know what I mean? They're deep in tag teams, but it's a whole lot of commons.
Commons in the sense of the current way they're being portrayed, as to where I feel there's a lot of guys that should be top 5, and you know, Lucha Bros, Butcher and Blade, or Santana and Ortiz. You know, this is what I'm talking about. These guys should be the guys that are nipping at the heels and presenting themselves. But you also want to save those guys for the big shows. You don't want to just put them in there with them to lose, and then what are you going to do in 2 months when you need them to be in the big show?
Sure.
You know, so I see it both ways. So what do you got next?
Let's see. We got Taz joining commentary to recap Starks and Cage beating up Allen during the Royal. Allen comes out. And then he got Ricky Starks dressed as Allen, which is pretty funny. Starks says he finally got hurt. He can't skateboard with his friends. That was pretty funny. There's a reason why nobody wants to tag Allen, why he's sitting at home. It's because he's reckless. And next time Allen shows up in AEW, Starks is going to beat his ass. I kind of liked it. They, Ricky Starks every now and then he's kind of lukewarm, but I thought he came across pretty well in this. I liked his presentation here.
So what you're saying is we're going to get a tag team feud with Cage and Starks versus Allen and someone else?
Or we're going to have another 3-way. I don't know.
Nah, they won't put those two in.
Hopefully not.
Darby.
Yeah.
I mean, he said, Darby, no one will tag with him, so.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, so I guess, this story does make sense that he would find somebody else.
They're putting a little hidden nugget in there.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll move on to the women's match. You got Tay Conti versus Nyla Rose. Haven't seen Nyla in a while.
No.
Haven't seen her in a while. I really like Tay, man. She looked good. She's believable in there. I thought the match was okay. I didn't think it was that bad of a match, personally. At the end of the match, you get Nyla and Vicky cut their little promo. They're gonna attack Tay. Out comes Shida, makes a save before they could do any damage, which in my opinion was kind of the wrong move. I felt like they should have been beating her down and then have Shida come out for the save.
Agreed.
I thought that would have been more impactful. The other thing that I dislike about this is I don't want to see Shida versus Nyla Rose again. I just don't want to see it right now. And they're obviously building towards it. I would have rather have seen Anna Jay come out and make the save on Tay. It fits the fucking narrative.
So this was my problem. That was exactly my problem, and it comes to even more than that. This was sloppy storytelling. I thought Tay Conti, I don't know why I pronounce it that way, Tay Conti I thought she joined the Dark Order. Why did the Dark Order, or even Anna Jay, accompany her out? Why did they do nothing when she got beaten down? Why is it Shida coming out to make the save? This was sloppy storytelling to me. It feels like they completely erased the idea of Tay Conti being part of the Dark Order with Anna Jay.
Let me freeze you there real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I think they fucked up with the Tay Conti Dark Order storytelling because maybe it was Tay kind of not portraying this, but I think the point when they came out to offer her to join, I think they were just offering it to her. And I think at one point she seemed like she said yes and hugged Anna Jay. And then when they gave her the folder, she kind of looked apprehensive. So I think they literally made her, she was apprehensive, joined, and was apprehensive of joining all in the same segment. So it kind of confused you to the fact that she joined where she didn't join. She's not really a member of Dark Order.
So that's very sloppy storytelling. And if what you're if what you're saying is correct, that should have been addressed.
Because when I watched it, I felt this way. I felt like, okay, she was apprehensive.
Yes.
Apprehensive, and then Anna comes out. She's like, you should join. Kind of gives her the like, you should join us, and she kind of was like, all excited, like, okay. And then they hug, and then they hand her the folder, and then she's apprehensive again. So It seemed like she said yes, but then they never made it like official.
I simply read it as I agree that she was apprehensive, but I read it as she was apprehensive. She joined
after she joined,
but still. So maybe you could build a story where she's a little weirded out. She doesn't know how she feels about it, but she's still part of the team.
Like Colt Cabana.
Almost. Exactly. In fact, very similar to that. So the problem I had with this match is that there was nothing at all addressed about this at all. There was nothing addressed whatsoever. If you didn't know any better, if you had not seen that segment, you would just think, oh, Tay Conti's just whatever, just coming out for a match. But that's a significant story development if, in fact, and even more so if she's apprehensive, that she is part of the Dark Order. For there to have been no involvement for the Dark Order, for Anna Jay not to come out at all, even have Anna Jay come out and maybe have Tay going, you know what, it's okay, I got this, don't worry, I'm good. And Anna Jay's like, no, we're part of the team, I'm going to watch you back. No, I'm okay. You could do something like that. They did nothing. They absolutely did nothing to address that story. It's like someone shit the bed with remembering that that's part of this storyline. You could have taken Tay Conti out and inserted any other wrestler in there, and it wouldn't have made a difference. And that's a problem. That's a big problem for me with this, because I liked the idea. I loved that segment that Tay Conti became part of the Dark Order, but she was apprehensive about it. She didn't know how she felt about it. So like, this is good. This is some rich storytelling here. And what the fuck happened? What did they drop this, or did they just shit the bed with it for this segment? Are they gonna bring it back? What are they gonna do? And so that kind of just bothered me quite a bit with this whole segment. Because the first thing I thought was when she started getting beaten down after the match, or was about to be, I'm thinking Anna Jay's coming out.
That was my thought,
and when Shida came out, I'm just like, oh, what the fuck, this again? And not to mention, why is Shida coming out to help Tay? It's like, I get it, she wants to go after Nyla, but still, I don't know.
Yeah, like you said, it's a little sloppy. I didn't understand why they, like I said just before, why was Shida out instead of Tay? It made sense for Tay to come out. Anna Jay to come out and help Tay Conti. So for me, I feel the same way you do. It's a little sloppy. They never really embellished on what went down, and that pretty much makes everybody confused. Like you said, they didn't really talk about it too much. Just story-wise, they're trying to maybe do Shida Nyla again, but they've also kind of dropped the ball on the story of Dark Order and Tay Conti.
They dropped the ball heavy on that. And, I feel like I do want to explain myself a little bit here, because this is a pattern with me that I do constantly talk about the storytelling. I do that because storytelling is my favorite part of wrestling. It's my favorite part of anything. I'm big into storytelling. It's part of what I do for a living. It's really it gives the lifeblood to the business, and it turns it from a sport into an actual show, into an actual it's a soap opera for guys. Fine, that's what you want to call wrestling. Right. But and that bothers me, is that you have a lot of sloppiness in that regard, and it bothers me even more when I'm really excited about a new story. And I was excited by them involving Tay with Anna Jay and the Dark Order, and then you see her again, you think to yourself, this is great. Okay, we're gonna see what the next chapter is. What's the next chapter? What the fuck? Where? It's like they instead took a chapter from another book, kicked the real chapter out of the book, slapped that chapter in, and so, oh no, don't pay attention to that chapter. That didn't happen. What the hell? So I don't know. It's yeah. And don't get me wrong, I love seeing Tay out there. I love seeing her. She's great. Not just for looks, but she's a great wrestler too. Again, I think WWE NXT lost huge by not keeping her. She's fantastic. And so there's a lot that they can do with her. But I hope they correct this. I hope this was just an oversight. I want to see more. Hell, when Anna Jay had her match on Dark, I half expected Tay to be with her, because aren't they a team? Aren't they kind of a tag team? I guess now they were a tag team on the tournament, and now I figured, okay, that's their thing now. So I didn't mention that earlier, but I was also like, okay, Anna Jay's out, where's Tay? And now here's Tay, where's Anna Jay? So what are they doing?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Side note: Serena Deeb. Rumor is that she signed.
Oh, good.
So
that's very good.
Helping Tony Khan, and I'm sure going to be on the show. And word is that it was based off of her match with Thunder Rosa.
Good. She deserves it. She's great.
So I don't know how true that is. I believe that was another Jericho drop.
All right.
Again, it's just something I seen today. I didn't dig deep into it,
Well, good. We talked about her. Yeah, we talked about her quite a bit last week. I mean, I'm a big fan of hers. I definitely think that she's going to be a huge, huge boon for the company, certainly with that the women's division.
Yeah, now on a side note with Tay and Anna, so I don't know if you caught it, but they had a social exclusive, is what they call them. I guess they're social media exclusive shit, where Tay's walking down a ramp outside, and she's limping, how she was limping in the ring. And she's got the grimace on. She's not a great actress in that sense. Mm-hmm. What are you yawning about, Eddie? Women's wrestling? All right, I'll move on.
No, I want to hear it. So I don't know what you're talking about here. I didn't know there was a social exclusive.
No, not you, Eddie.
Oh.
Eddie in the chat. He put you on.
Oh, okay.
You didn't hear him say Eddie? And of course, I guessed it. Women's division. He doesn't like talking women. So, all right. So there was a social exclusive. I happened to catch the video. So she's walking down a ramp outside. She's selling the leg or the side, or I forget what was bothering. It might have been her side, like her stomach. And then Uno and Grayson come out, and they're shoving the paper in her face. You should join us. We can be here to help you for things like this. So they're kind of pressuring her, and she's kind of like, what the fuck? She looks like she's being accosted a little bit. And then Anna Jay comes in and goes, and you okay? She's doing the whole like, you okay, whatever. And she tells them, like, give her some space, back off. And they back off. They put their hands, no problem. They walk away, and she puts her arm around Tay, and she helps her down the ramp some more. And once they're out of frame, you see Uno and Grayson kind of like giving Anna Jay, I believe Anna Jay kind of looked at the camera like, we're indoctrinating her. Like this is the indoctrination of getting her on the team. Like Anna was kind of, as much as she likes her, she's also still manipulating her in this. And Uno and Grayson kind of made the same. They had the same vibes. Like this was all part of their plan. Like they were like excited that that's the way it played out. You know what I mean?
All right. So I definitely don't want to drag this on, but that changes a lot of what I just said. Then I didn't know they had this social exclusive.
No, it doesn't change what you said. It does not. It changes. It just brings what you're talking about to social media, which is not the main storytelling platform.
Well, that's true. Why are they showing this there? And
you are 100% right.
Yeah.
You're 100% right in what you said. You are 100% right in your feelings, and I agree with you. But that social exclusive was what should have been on the show, more or less.
Okay, yes, so absolutely. I had no idea that happened. So yeah, that's.
But you could see how it furthers a story, you know. And I didn't hold this back on purpose. I just felt like it wasn't.
No, I'm glad you mentioned that.
After-match thing.
Yeah.
It was an after-match thing. So your rant was spot on. So don't take it, you know.
No, but you're right. That's a good point.
I'm not cutting you off at the knees.
But you know
I'm
what?
not cutting you off at the knees.
I am glad you mentioned this, though, because that does then at least assuage my fears that I was wondering, did they just fucking chuck that whole storyline out the window? The fact that they at least did this, even though you're right, they should have done this on the air, at least it means that they did not chuck the storyline out the window. So I feel much better about that. That they... Yeah.
You should definitely check for it. I'll look for it. I'll try to send it to you.
If you could send it to me, I'd appreciate it, because I was trying to look for it as we speak. And AEW, it's very hard to find a lot of the social exclusive stuff, unlike WWE. So yeah, if you could find it and send it to me, I appreciate it, because I do want to see that. Like, I really want
you follow them. You follow them on Facebook, right?
I do, and that's why it's weird that I didn't see it. But anyway.
Yeah. So. I should have sent you that sooner, but I wouldn't have got that nice rant. So for Eddie's sake, we're gonna move along from the women's division.
Okay.
And my apologies if I got that social exclusive not 100% correct how I described it, because I'm just going off my shitty memory and I didn't take notes on it. I just seen it in between Wednesday and today, and just kept it in my head for this part of the show. So then we get Kenny Omega with the sit down with JR. I like this. I like the 2 sit downs. I like the intimacy of the both sit downs today with the 2 former champs. I thought it was good. I thought Kenny did a good job in this. I don't have much notes on it. I just I felt it was really good. I don't think Kenny came off too laissez-faire, I felt he came off pretty good. He said basically, where Hangman's trying to get his reputation back and saying we're going to get back on the horse and we're going to go forward as a tag team and get those titles back. Kenny basically said, we're not doing shit. We're going our separate ways. It's time to get back to singles action. So, I thought it was well done. I don't know how you feel about it, but
no, same here. I liked it, and that at least there was some progression there. Yeah, that there's like, okay, he's flat out coming out and saying, I want to do singles competition now, and so that's great. That's going to further the flames a bit, and it's definitely going to start a little bit of a divide. You have a little bit of a wedge in there. No, come on, I thought we want to be a team, and no, I want to be by myself. Go fuck off. And it's like, okay, well now we can go ahead and proceed in that regard.
Yeah. How'd you feel about Kenny's interview? His inflection and all that.
I liked it.
Did you?
Yeah.
You liked it?
I liked it quite a bit. Yeah. And I think
me too.
I do. I think that this is still just part of the story where he's eventually going to be becoming full cleaner, but for now he's in that in between place.
In between, right?
Yeah, which is good. So I liked it quite a bit.
All right, so then we get to the main event, which seems like everybody and their mama wanted to rip. This being a main event on Dynamite, like it's a fucking pay-per-view main event. I don't get why people get so worked up over main events on a weekly show.
Yeah, I didn't understand that either.
So we get Dustin versus Brodie Lee for the TNT title. For me, I felt it was a hell of a match. I thought it was a nice mix, old school, modern wrestling, a little bit of both mixed in there.
Yep.
I thought both guys looked good. Dustin fucking killing it. What's he, like 5 decades he's been doing it. Like,
Yeah,
legit.
since the 90s, man. I mean, yeah, absolutely.
80s, since the 80s.
Actually, you're right. Since the 80s. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, since the late 80s. You're right.
You know, I mean, I was a humongous Dustin Rhodes fan in WCW. Fucking humongous. It gutted me when he went to WWF. And unfortunately, I lost track of him after that. You know, I wasn't into that Gold Dust character, let alone WWF at all. So,
right.
It wasn't like I was going out of my way to watch it.
Right.
So, I'm happy to see him still going. I'm glad he's got his school is opening. I believe it's open, and he's taking students soon, or has taken students. Probably a month back, he was talking about, you know, upcoming classes. I don't remember the dates, but I'm glad to see that's going forward, and you know, that's going to be the next step in his career. And you know damn well he's going to be affiliated with AEW, so that's going to be good for them to have someone like him feeding them new talent as it becomes available.
Yep.
What do you got on the match?
No, I thought it was great. Yeah, I mean, it definitely it went the way I thought it was going to go, and it was I thought it was nicely competitive. I thought for what it was great. You know, I enjoyed the match itself a lot more than the end. But yeah, it was a good match. Nothing much to say other than that. Nothing specific to go into with it. You know, I liked the way I did like the end. You know, Dark Order comes out to celebrate. QT Marshall is like dumped around. You've got Lee
Colt
still blaming Colt Cabana, you know, for costing the group a win. I liked that.
Yeah, he fucking runs them off. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I do like that they're beating up, you know, like Colt and bringing. I'm not Colt. QT and they're beating him up in the back, and then they're bringing him out and displaying him. You know, little NWO vibes again.
Yes.
So
yes, I like that quite a bit.
Again, like we both felt, they shouldn't have lost on the pay-per-view, but I don't know. Yeah. I don't think them losing on the pay-per-view made sense to set up this match, which is kind of where I felt it went.
Yes.
I mean, it also could have been, you know what? Okay, this match wasn't really a setup off that. I think the Colt thing was a setup off of that, Colt Cabana. I think that's the real setup off of the loss. So We'll see where that goes. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I forgot that was pretty much the reason they lost. So
yeah. But they did advance something nicely with that. So I was, I liked where it went for sure.
Yeah, I'm wondering where they're gonna go with Colt and the whole Brodie Lee thing. I almost don't. I really hope they don't feud, but whatever. At this point, I think that Brodie Lee should be on to different things, and should really, like, Colt should not be. He should not be in that level of the game in AEW right now.
I agree. Yeah.
So I don't know. I just have a feeling it's going to be Colt and Brodie feuding, and unfortunately for Brodie Lee, that's going to be where he's stuck.
Yeah, that does feel like a bit of a waste, though, for sure. That they are going to, if that's the direction they go into, it is a waste of a feud.
Unless they just use it to get him out, and you know can move to something else.
Yeah.
You know.
No, that's true.
Maybe they just thought it was a good experiment, and it's easy to tell a quick storyline, get him out, beat him up.
That is true.
On. So, you know, they could play that story. That storyline's good for a month or 3 weeks.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
That's a good 3-week quick storyline. You know, it might be that going that way. Hopefully, that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Because I really don't want to see Colt Cabana have anything major going on with Brodie Lee, other than being a lackey.
No, I agree. That really needs to be where it stands with him. They can't really do anything further than that, because if they do, it really just takes away from. It's almost going to put like a halt to that overall story to have that kind of a feud taking place. So. Yeah.
So you got anything else? Because I got nothing, man.
No, I mean, you know, the last thing I'll say before we go, just because let's leave this on more of a sour note. this fucking thing with Cody, man. It's like, I get what they're doing.
Oh,
I
yes.
totally get what they're doing, but they're fucking it's the Dark Order. We killed Cody. Da, 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 da. Hey, all, I'm hurt right now, but I'm going to be on this new show. Go big show. Da, da, da. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I get what they're doing, but did they have to do that right at the end, right after the Dark Order thing? We're trying to remember how amazing the Dark Order is that they killed Cody, and here's Cody on TV. Oh, I'm going to be with the show with Snoop Dogg. Get the fuck off my TV. I mean, that was basically my reaction when I saw that.
Yeah. They also made it sound like it was going to happen earlier in the show. Oh, coming up next is Cody Rhodes. So then I'm like, I wait until the commercial ends, nothing with Cody Rhodes. Then they go to the match or the interview, then nothing with Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
Then they go through the match and nothing with Cody Rhodes. So I'm like, okay, I guess, special announcement by Cody Rhodes. And I thought it was going to be part of the show itself, but it was really just, it was just really, to promote a show after AEW.
And it's just shitty placement, again, to put it on right after a Dark Order segment that ends the show. It's like, hey, guys, I don't look like I can kill, but I'm okay. I'm on a TV show. It's,
Yeah, right.
It completely takes, and again, terrible production, man. You could have had that on earlier in the show. You could have had that on as a bumper to another commercial. You don't end the show with that. It's, yeah.
I don't know what Eddie's talking. Eddie, what are you talking about? Did who Hulk up when saying that? Because, Eddie just gave me an idea. I might just have a transparent green screen to throw up over you when you fucking Hulk out.
Yeah. It's even better. No, because you want to know what? Here's the last thing I'll say about that. If you want to talk about me hulking out. Okay. It's like when Randy Savage crushed Ricky Steamboat's larynx, right? And let's say a few weeks later, you've got Randy Savage cutting a promo. Oh, yeah, that's right. I killed the dragon, man. The dragon can't speak no more. Yeah, he won't be talking again for the rest of his career. No, he won't. And the next commercial.
That's a good macho.
Hey, guys, I'm Ricky Steamboat. I'm okay. I'm going to be on a show. It's going to be called Living with the Steamboats. I want to see you there. It's like, get the fuck off my TV, man.
Hey, that was a good macho, bro. That's way better than my JR. I will tell you, I will handle the hot sauce.
All right, now I'm done.
Oh my god. Listen. I think that's a new bit for me. I'm just gonna be JR every once in a while.
There you go.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. I feel like I fucking shit the bed every time I do this podcast, but I have fun doing it. I really do, as much as I feel like I suck at it. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that fucking thumb. Hit the subscribe button below. Hit the bell so you're notified when we go live. UncensoredAlliance.com. You catch everything we do there. Catch us on Twitter at AEW Uncensored, one word. Email us AEW Uncensored Podcast at gmail.com. You want to send us things that we could read on air. You want to yell at us. You want to praise us. Whatever you want to do, send it there. Facebook, AEW Uncensored Podcast, all separate words. Search it in the search bar. We got a page and a group. They'll both pop up. As far as the podcast version of this, catch us all third-party podcast apps. We're on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeart Radio. On iTunes, please, rate us. Give us whatever you honestly feel we deserve. Subscribe to us on iTunes as well. That's huge for the algorithms. I got to dig into Google Podcasts a little more. We all know that iTunes is kind of the heavy hitter when it comes to podcasts getting out there and you really generating new listeners off of algorithms. But I'm going to look into Google Podcasts to see what we could do there to get some good things going on. But again, like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell. Do it on all your family's phones, your friends' phones, everybody. Some guy on the bus, just take his phone and fucking like, share, and subscribe to us. Steal your coworkers' phones while they're not looking, all that shit. As always, on Skype, you want to join the show live with us, talk AEW with us and in the past week's shows, get with us on Skype. The link's in the description on the podcast and the YouTube show. So just join us on Skype. Send us a request, and I'll add you to the chat room. And from there, whenever you want to come on, you could just yell, "Yo, I'd love to come on today," and we'll bring you on for 5-10 minutes, whatever, you know. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate it, Alan. Always good to see you, brother.
Same here, man.
And thanks everybody in the chat, Eddie, Kenny. Sorry we were a little later today, but see you soon.
Yep. Take care, guys.
Peace. Peace.